welcome to the deep dive. This week, honestly, we're jumping into a really intense, dramatic period in global football. We're covering September 9th to the 14th, 2025.
Yeah, it was quite something.
What happened across all of these pitches?
Yeah.
Premier League, MLS, everywhere. Just captivating stuff. Okay, let's try and unpack this incredible week, shall we?
It was definitely a packed schedule. And you know what's really fascinating is how all these results, like across different continents, are already starting to paint a picture, about the early shape of the season.
Right.
The sources we looked at, they capture so many different stories. You've got tactical masterclasses on one hand, and then these last-second individual heroics on the other. It's quite a mix.
Exactly. So our mission here for you listening is to get past just the scores, the basic stats. We want to pull out those really key nuggets, maybe some surprising facts, and the stories that really define the week.
Yeah, the why behind the result.
Precisely. So you walk away feeling like you've got a sharp, informed take on what actually mattered.
Okay, let's do it.
So, gotta start with the big one, right? The Manchester Derby. Always huge, but this felt like more than just rivalry points. A real statement from City against United.
Oh, definitely.
City at the Etihad, just, a brutal 3-0 demolition, really clinical.
Demolition is, that's probably the right word. City's tactics were brilliantly executed, fully on display. What really jumped out from the analysis was this Foden Doku axis they talked about. Jeremy Doku wasn't just playing left wing. He basically, weaponized that whole flank.
Weaponized it. How so?
Well, he was constantly creating these 1v1s, just dancing past defenders, right? But crucially, that pulled United's whole defensive shape out of position, opened things up.
Oh, okay.
And that let Phil Foden, first start of the season for him, slip into those gaps, those half spaces. His header unmarked, 18th minute. That came straight off a Doku cross. It felt very deliberate, very strategic.
That Foden Doku axis, it sounds like a specific plan then. So just to help listeners picture it, what makes that pairing work so well? Is it movement, passing, drawing defenders?
It's really the synergy, I think. Doku is so direct, such a good dribbler out wide on the left. He forces the defense to commit players to him, sometimes 2, even 3 guys.
Right, it creates an overload.
Exactly. And that just naturally opens up that space, that channel between the fullback and the center back. And Foden is brilliant at reading that, making those smart runs off the ball into that exact space. He just drifts in unmarked.
And the ball finds him.
Yeah, whether it's from Doku or maybe someone central, it's a clever way City uses the wings to actually attack the center, pulling the defense apart. A real tactical wrinkle.
Gotcha. And then, of course, there was Haaland. The sources called his performance a complete exhibition. What made it stand out like that beyond just, scoring twice?
Right, because it was more than the goals. Something people maybe miss with Haaland sometimes, especially this season, is how his movement creates space for other players. His first goal, 53rd minute, that came after Doku, again, just power past his man, set Haaland up for that really neat chip over Baindier.
Delicate finish for him.
Yeah. But the second one, 68th minute, that was pure Haaland, sprinting past Maguire after Silva played him through. Just raw pace killer instinct. But beyond that, like you said, he hit the post. He was a constant threat. And interestingly, he was back defending, too, heading away United corner.
Really? Didn't expect that.
Exactly. It shows a more complete, integrated game from him, not just waiting up top.
And even the supporting players had big moments. Donnarumma, making his Premier League debut, made a huge save.
Oh, absolutely huge. Gianluigi Donnarumma, big summer signing from PSG, first league game.
Go on.
Pulls off this spectacular full-length diving, denied Bryan Mbeumo.
Wow.
It was absolutely world-class, and at that point in the game, it just completely snuffed out any tiny bit of hope United might have had for a comeback.
Right.
That save, plus City's overall quality, it just highlighted what the sources called that enduring chasm between the two clubs right now.
Enduring chasm. That's a pretty strong term. What do you think that chasm actually looks like between City and United at the moment?
Well, it's several things, isn't it? It's not just this one result. It's City's, ongoing tactical development, the depth they have in their squad compared to United, who still seem to be searching for a really consistent identity.
Yeah, feels like that sometimes.
City has this clear system. They buy players specifically for it. They can rotate, handle injuries, and the performance level stays high. United still feels a bit like they're trying to figure out that cohesive tactical plan. And you see it in the inconsistencies, really, all over the pitch. Defense, attack, everything.
That makes sense. A really clear picture. But, like you said earlier, the week wasn't just about City dominating. What other Premier League results stood out, maybe shaping the early title picture or even just the race for Europe?
Well, you absolutely have to talk about Liverpool's resilience. That 1-0 win against Burnley, who are down to 10 men. Salah scoring a penalty in the 95th minute.
Classic Liverpool these days.
It really felt like one of those inevitable champions moments, didn't it? And get this statistic. They're the first Premier League club ever to win 4 straight games with goals scored in the final 10 minutes.
4 straight. That's incredible.
Incredible. That kind of just relentless refusal to give up. It sends a huge psychological message to everyone else.
No doubt. But playing devil's advocate for a second, relying on those super late goals all the time, does that raise any maybe concerns about how much control they actually have over the 90 minutes, especially against the really top teams?
That's a really fair question. It absolutely shows amazing mentality, incredible fitness levels. But yeah, it could also suggest they're not always dominating games from the first whistle, needing those late pushes.
Right.
Against the absolute elite, maybe hoping for a 95th minute winner isn't always the most reliable plan. But hey, for now, it's definitely working and building massive momentum.
True. Then on the flip side, you had Arsenal. Their summer signings look like they're paying off immediately. A really commanding 3-0 win over Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, very impressive.
Martin Zubimendi, the new midfielder, got a brilliant brace, including a stunner of a volley, apparently. And Victor Gyökeres, the striker, tapped one in too, his third already, set up by Eber Eze.
That really points to some smart recruitment, doesn't it? Picking players who fit the system. Zubimendi looks like he could be that perfect midfield controller they needed. And Gyökeres gives them that real clinical finishing up front. They've slotted in so quickly. It suggests Arsenal are serious this year, adding real depth and quality exactly where it was needed.
Then there was that crazy London derby. Chelsea suffering late pain, but Brentford showing off their tactical smarts again in that 2-2 draw.
Oh, that game.
Yeah. Chelsea must have thought they'd won it. Moises Caicedo scores in the 85th minute to make it 2-1 after Palmer had equalized earlier.
Like done and dusted.
And then bang.
Yeah.
93rd minute, Brentford's Fabio Carvalho equalizes from a long throw-in. Apparently, that's their 7th goal from a throw-in since last season. It's like a proper tactical specialism.
It absolutely is. And it's fascinating how they've taken something so seemingly basic in football and turned it into a genuine weapon.
Right. It's not just chucking it in the box.
Not at all. They have specific routines, players who know exactly where to run, blockers. It's not luck. It's clearly well-coached, well-drilled, designed to exploit defenses under pressure, and it works consistently. You have to give credit to their coaching team.
So we've seen dominance, late drama, tactical wrinkles in England. How does that compare to what was happening in the other big European leagues? Were the Giants facing similar tests?
It's interesting. You see some similar themes, definitely, but maybe with slightly different flavors. The Premier League often has that crazy, high-intensity, back-and-forth feel.
Yeah, the chaos factor.
Exactly, whereas other leagues might show a bit more tactical control or perhaps rely even more heavily on moments of individual brilliance.
Well, speaking of individual brilliance, Real Madrid showed amazing grit, didn't they? Winning 2-1 against Real Sociedad despite being down to 10 men for nearly an hour.
Yeah, that was impressive. Dean Huysen got sent off pretty early, 32nd minute.
And yet, Mbappe steps up, scores the first, then sets up Arda Güler for the winner. Huge impact.
Massive impact. But, it does raise that interesting question. Can you consistently rely on those superstar moments to bail you out when you're a man down? Especially later in the season against tougher opposition.
Good point.
Mbappe was obviously incredible, saved the points here, but maybe it hints at some underlying vulnerability in their structure if things go wrong. It's kind of the opposite approach to City, who seem more system-focused, even though Mbappe's individual talent is just, off the chart.
Meanwhile, Barcelona.
Wow.
Talk about goal-scoring depth, especially considering their stadium situation right now.
Yeah, playing at the little Estadio Johan Cruyff, only 6,000 capacity.
Yeah, and they absolutely smashed Valencia 6-0. Fermin Lopez got 2, which is great for him. But the really stunning thing, Lewandowski and Rafinha started on the bench.
Right. Maybe resting them, maybe tactical.
Who knows? But they both come on and both score twice each.
Incredible, isn't it? The sources highlighted that. First time this century that 2 Barcelona substitutes have scored multiple goals in the same La Liga match.
That's insane.
It just screams deep and versatile attacking Arsenal, doesn't it? The fact that they're backup attackers can come on and be that decisive, it says a lot about their talent pool.
Definitely.
Shows their title challenge isn't just about the starting 11. They can rotate and still pack a massive punch offensively.
And then we had The dominance starts continuing for PSG and Napoli, both keeping up perfect records, sending clear signals.
Yeah, powerful statements in France and Italy. PSG made it 4 wins from 4 in Ligue 1, beating Lens 2-0. Bradley Barcola got both goals. And at the same time, Napoli, the defending Serie A champs, they kept their perfect start going to 3 wins from 3, beat Fiorentina 3-1, and Rasmus Højlund, the loney striker, even scored on his debut.
So these perfect starts, they're more than just points on the board early on.
Oh, absolutely. They're huge psychological messages. PSG, maybe with some tactical tweaks this season, are showing they've got defensive steel now to go with all that attack. They mean business.
Right.
And Napoli, even after winning the title and making some changes, are showing that same attacking flair, basically saying, we're not going anywhere, we're here to defend this. It's about continuity, but also evolution. Strong messages.
But in complete contrast to that dominance, you had Atletico Madrid finally getting a win. Must have been a massive relief for them.
Huge sigh of relief, yeah. They beat Villarreal 2-0 at home, their first win of the season after what was apparently their worst ever start under Simeone.
Wow, worst ever.
Yeah. Goals from Pablo Barrios and Nico Gonzalez, the loanee from Juventus, scored with a header on his debut.
So a return to form.
It felt like a return to the classic Simeone blueprint, really solid defensively, effective on the counter, making the most of set pieces, grabbing those key moments. After such a shaky start, that win will be massive for their confidence, proves the old ways can still work.
Okay, but if we're talking pure entertainment, pure, beautiful madness, the Bundesliga delivered, didn't it? That Wolfsburg versus Köln game.
Oh, my word, yes. Beautiful chaos is the perfect description.
A 3-3 draw. Had everything. A goal from a former Wolfsburg player, Luca Waldschmidt, scoring against them for Köln. Even a 10-minute delay because of lightning.
Just added to the drama.
But the ending. Wolfsburg's Maximilian Arnold scores in the 99th minute. 3-2. Game over, surely.
You'd think so.
Nope. 104th minute. Jakub Kamiński equalizes for Köln. And Kamiński is on loan from Wolfsburg.
You couldn't make it up. Honestly, that Wolfsburg-Köln game, it sounds like something straight out of a movie script. For someone like you who watches just tons of football, does a match like that still genuinely surprise you? Or is it just, another wild Tuesday in the Bundesliga?
Well, even after watching football for years and years, games like that absolutely make you sit up straight.
Right.
You try to break down the tactics, figure out the patterns, predict what's coming.
Right.
But sometimes, football just throws pure, unfiltered drama at you that completely laughs in the face of logic. That game just summed up the Bundesliga perfectly, didn't it? End-to-end stuff, goals flying in, and a story twist so good it felt like someone wrote it. It's exactly why we keep watching, isn't it?
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Okay, so from the beautiful chaos of Europe, let's jump across the Atlantic to Major League Soccer, a league that just keeps delivering entertainment value and, showing its growing place in the global game.
Definitely getting more attention.
And how about this? German legend Thomas Müller, playing for Vancouver Whitecaps, scores a hat-trick on his birthday.
No way.
Yes. 2 penalties in the first half, a late header, and he got an assist. All in a massive 7-0 thrashing of Philadelphia Union, who were leading the Supporters' Shield race.
7-0 against the leaders. Wow.
And get this. He's the first player in MLS history to score 3 goals on his actual birthday. Plus, the win clinched a playoff spot for Vancouver. What a performance.
That is just incredible. It really shows you the transformative power, as the sources put it, of having just one genuinely world-class player in your squad, how it lifts everyone's mentality.
Yeah. How so?
Well, Müller's influence, it's not just the goals and assists, right? It's his football brain, his leadership on the pitch, the way he creates space and freedom for his teammates. He just elevates the whole team's level, their belief. And clearly, that's what happened there to grab that playoff spot in such style.
Makes sense. And the MLS Goal Fest didn't stop there, did they? Atlanta versus Columbus. Another wild one.
Oh, yeah. The Crew won that 5-4 against Atlanta United. Just bewildering.
5-4? How did that even happen?
Columbus basically blitzed them. They went 5-0 up inside the first 39 minutes. Diego Rossi got a first-half hat trick.
5-0 down before halftime.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. But then Atlanta mounted this furious comeback, scored 4 unanswered goals.
Seriously?
Yeah, but just fell short in the end. And that loss actually eliminated Atlanta from playoff contention.
No.
Brutal way to go out.
Wow. So these MLS games, they really live up to the hype of being entertaining.
They absolutely reinforce that league identity, yeah. It's entertainment, it's goals, sometimes, maybe at the expense of really tight defending.
Right. Attack first, ask questions later.
Kind of feels like that sometimes. You're almost guaranteed a thrilling game where both teams just go for it. It seems like in MLS, maybe more than other leagues, having a potent offense often trumps having a completely locked down defense. Leads to these wonderfully unpredictable scorelines.
Okay, so to wrap up this absolutely packed week, we need to talk about that one singular moment. The one the sources were calling the goal of the weekend.
Yes, Simeone.
Giovanni Simeone for Torino against Roma. Set the scene. Torino were currently getting absolutely battered. Roma dominating. Torino could barely get a kick.
Completely under the cosh.
All the pressure, all the play going one way. And then totally against the complete run of play, Simeone gets the ball. Skips past his marker, Manu Kone, plays a quick 1-2, cuts back inside, and just unleashes this, outrageous, sensational curling shot right into the far top corner. Just magic.
It was pure individual genius, wasn't it? It just completely ripped up the tactical script for the whole game, made all the planning, all Roma's dominance, totally irrelevant in that 1 second.
And it meant more too, right?
Oh, massively. What makes it even more special is that it was Simeone's first Serie A goal in over a year.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and it broke Roma's perfect defensive record for the season so far. Stole points that, honestly, based on the flow of the game, Torino probably did not deserve.
A beautiful smash and grab.
Exactly. It was just this beautiful, and for Roma, brutal reminder that in football, one player's moment of magic can always, always defy a team's collective logic and just completely flip a game on its head.
What a perfect way to summarize the unpredictable beauty of the sport. What a week.
Yes.
Seriously. From City's tactical clinic and Liverpool just refusing to lose.
Right, to Barca's incredible squad depth.
These absolute beautiful chaos in Germany and then that stunning Simeone goal. Hopefully this deep dive has given everyone listening a much clearer picture of the biggest stories from the world of football this past week.
Yeah, and as we've seen, football isn't ever just about the final score, is it? It's wrapped up in all these narratives, these totally unexpected moments, the human drama that plays out on the pitch every week. So maybe a thought for everyone listening, as you watch the games next week, which moments are going to stick, which ones might become legends, and what do those moments tell us about the real spirit of the game that keeps us all hooked?
It's an excellent point, something to definitely think about. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of football. We really hope you enjoyed digging into the week's key moments with us. Keep exploring, keep watching, and we'll catch you next time.